a nice cross-legged seat, sitting up on something so that you can elevate the pelvis a little bit. And feel the sits bones start to ground into the mat. Let me mute you guys. And I'm going to invite you just to start by closing your eyes or finding a soft downward gaze. And begin just to notice the breath that you're naturally doing. So don't try to change anything. Don't try to breathe fancy or any kind of yogic breath. Just breathe naturally. And I want you to notice where that breath might be physically in your body. We can learn a lot of things about our mind and our emotional state by where our breathing has resided. So notice if the breath is in the belly, the chest, if it feels like it's in your forehead. And see if you can start to feel the breath more as a full experience than as in one part of the body. So let the inhale resonate from the pelvis all the way up into the crown of your head. And let the exhale release from the crown all the way up through the pelvis. So it becomes more of an experiential breath than specified breath. And within that depth, you might find changes physically in how you're breathing. But let it happen more naturally. And sometimes just the act of awareness and taking a moment can let us really start to dive in to a more grounded sensation. Sometimes it doesn't even need to be technique that does it for us. It just needs to be that mindfulness, that awareness. So take just another couple of breaths like this. And let your next inhale just fill in through the nose. And as you exhale, sigh out your mouth. Now you can let the eyes start to softly open, the gaze start to lift. And we're going to come into heart bench to start tonight. So you can take your blocks in a T. If you're not working with blocks, you can also work with pillows or blankets or towels rolled up. That can work as well. And you'll lie back onto this long block so that the edge of that block hits the start of the middle back, right? The space between where the low back ends and the middle back begins. And then your head rests on this other block. And then let's bring the soles of the feet together, the knees apart. And let the arms open out to the sides. And I want you to feel the shoulder blades start to wrap around that block. The hips are starting to release into the mat. Your eyes again can close, or that gaze can just be soft. And I want you to notice how the breath is impacting impacted from this posture? Is there a difference between your inhale here and your inhale seated? Is there a difference between your exhale here and your exhale seated? And maybe you start to bring that same attention to the inhale from the pelvis to the crown and the exhale from the crown to the pelvis. Start to slowly let the knees begin to come towards one another. And then roll over to your right side to carefully make your way off of your blocks. And begin to roll yourself up to sit, and we'll make our way onto hands and knees. And so you'll just find the wrists right under the shoulders, the knees right under the hips, and I want you to just notice the space between the shoulder blades. Feel a spreading across the upper back, but find a little bit more awareness in that space. Now start to let that space move down and forward as your tail lifts and you come into your cow back. And then exhale, lift from the space between the shoulder blades up to round. Inhale, the space between the shoulder blades starts to move down and forward. That arches your spine. And then exhale, it lifts up and back. And you round. Let's take one more cat and cow there, just really attentive to the upper back as we move. Good, and then just come out to a long spine. Let's start circling around into the wrists and back into the knees. And circle the opposite direction. Good, and then come back to center. Walk your hands about a hand print and a half forward. And let's come into puppy. So shifting back, forehead down, forearms down, hips stay in the air, and begin to open up a little bit deeper into that front space, the chest space. And start to slowly come up, walking the hands back underneath you. Let's extend the right leg back, tuck those toes, reach forward through the crown of your head. Spin your right heel down, start to turn the chest up to the right, and let the right arm follow. Good, still in awareness in the space between the shoulder blades, start circling your right arm. And circle the opposite direction. Reach that right arm up, turn your palm to face overhead, sweep your arm up and over, and really press into the right foot, puffing up through the right side body. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, place your right hand down, spin onto the ball of the right foot. Inhale your left arm out to the side, and as you exhale, thread that left arm under and come down onto the left shoulder. Good, keep the right hand down until you can get that left shoulder nice and grounded. Then you can try lifting the right arm and wrapping it around. And if lifting the right leg is in the cards for you tonight, then go ahead and do it. Good, let's place the right toes down if they're lifted. Unwind your right arm. Press into your right hand, unthread the left arm. Coming all the way back up, keep the right leg extended back. Inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, round the spine, bring your knee forward. Inhale your leg back. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right upper arm. Inhale back. Exhale, knee forward. Inhale back. And exhale, knee to upper arm. Good, let's reach the leg back. Cross that leg over to the left. Tuck your right toes, look over your left shoulders. Try to see the right foot. Breathing into that right side body. And then slowly come back to center. Right knee beside the left. Wag your hips a little from side to side. And then extend the left leg back, toes tucked. Spin that left heel to the right this time. Shift into your right hand. Start to turn the chest up. Left arm reaches. And then take some circles with that left arm. In the opposite direction. Reach the left arm up, turn your palm to face overhead. Sweep the arm up and over and puff up through the left waist. Inhale here, looking underneath that left arm. Exhale, place the left hand down, spin onto the ball of your left foot. Inhale your right arm out to the side, and as you exhale, let's thread that right arm under and come down onto the right shoulder. From here, if you can get the right shoulder grounded, the left arm can lift and wrap, and the left leg might float. Go ahead and place that left leg down if it's lifted. Unwind your left arm, unthread the right arm. Keep the left leg extended back. Inhale, lift that leg. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose and round. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Again, take the leg back. Cross it over to the right. Tuck your toes, look over the right shoulder. Keep pressing into those hands. And then place the left knee beside the right and wag the hips side to side. Good, from here, let's tuck your toes, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Feel the hands start to press forward, the feet start to press back, really activating through your down dog here. Pedal your feet, waking up into the backs of the legs. Good, and come high onto the balls of your feet. And as you exhale, start to melt the heels, lengthen the back. Again, high onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, melt the heels. Walk your hands back towards your feet and come all the way to the back of your mat. And just hang over your legs. From here, let's grab opposite elbows and take a little sway from side to side. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Release those arms towards your toes and slowly roll all the way up to stand. Let the sits bones start to reach down. And your head is the last thing to come up. Find Tadasana at the back of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Clasp your hands, flip the palms. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, tip over to the right. You can look underneath that left arm if it works for you tonight. Inhale back to center. And exhale over to the left. Looking underneath the right arm. Good. Inhale back to center. Let's bring the hands behind the head. Spread your elbows. Lift up through your chest. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Bring your elbows towards the knees and around the spine. Inhale, stand tall. Lift the chest. Spread the elbows. Exhale, round. Elbows toward the knees. Inhale, lift. Nice and tall. Spread the elbows. Exhale, round, and release your hands all the way towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, release and fold. Inhale, lengthen. And then bend your left knee. Keep the left hand down and start to turn to the right. And the right arm can float up. It might even try wrapping behind you. And then just deep breaths in the back of that right leg. Good. Take a nice big breath in here. As you exhale, release your right hand, soften your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And as you exhale, release those arms down by your side. Bring your hands back behind you. Let's clasp the hands. Roll your shoulders back, take a puff up of your chest. And as you exhale, start to fold forward over your legs, letting the knuckles lift as the crown of the head starts to release down. Good, deep breaths here. And then just release your hands down to your feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Again, inhale, lengthen. This time we'll bend the right knee. The right hand stays down. Turn your chest to the left. The left arm can float up, and it might even wrap around behind. Good, deep breaths into the right ribs. Full breath in. As you exhale, release the left hand, soften the knees, and fold forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhale, release those arms down by your side. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, this time open your arms and just dive over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, walk it out to plank pose. Good, take a nice big breath in here. As you exhale, lower your knees, your chest, and your chin to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg into the air. As you exhale, place your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down to the mat. And untuck the left toes. Shift your hips forward, take a lift up of the chest. Exhale, shift back. Flex the right foot and fold towards that thigh. Inhale, shift forward, lift the chest. Exhale, shift back and round. Again, shift forward, lift, and back and round. Good, one more time forward. This time we're gonna keep the left hand down, we're gonna twist it to the right, and let the right arm follow up. Good, from here you can wrap that right arm around behind you. And we might even try lifting the left foot, bending that knee, reach your right hand for the foot. Give some extension and length to the hams, to the quadriceps. Roll the right shoulder back. Good, and then just release that left foot, bring the right hand down. Now we're going to bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot and walk the right foot out towards the outer edge of the mat. Keep the hips shifting forward. We're going to come into lizard pose here. You can turn the right toes off of the mat, but stay completely grounded into that right foot. You can either lower onto your forearms or you can come onto blocks. And keep the chest reaching forward. Good, and then slowly come all the way back up onto your hands. Shift the hips back. Find hands and knees. And then downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg into the air. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, shift forward. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, right knee to right upper arm. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, knee forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Good, take it all the way back and just find downward facing dog. Come forward to plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg into the air and place that left foot between your hands. Lower your right knee carefully to the mat. Let's shift the hips forward, lift the chest. Exhale, shift back, flex that left foot and round. Inhale, forward, lift. Exhale, back, round. Again, inhale forward and exhale back. And then one more time forward, bending the left knee. Keep your right hand down, turn your chest to the left. Let the left arm follow, and then maybe wrap around. Perhaps you bend the right knee and reach for that right foot. Deep breaths. Good, then release the right foot. Bring your left hand inside of the left leg. Walk that left foot out. Turn your toes off of the mat. Shift your hips forward and you'll come into lizard on this side. Walking it down onto the forearms or staying up on blocks. Deep breaths here. Good, and then slowly come up onto your hands. Place your left knee beside your right, hands and knees. And then downward facing dog. Lift the left leg into the air. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Good, take it all the way back. Find your downward dog. Inhale, forward to plank. And now this time as you exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Good, release those arms down by your side, bring your forehead down. As you inhale, come up into Shalabhasana. So the chest, the head, the arms, the legs all lift. As you exhale, release and lower down. Inhale, lift. the cheek, and take a couple of breaths here. Good, and then place your hands under your shoulders. Forehead down, tuck those toes, take it up and back, downward dog. Good, let's again walk the hands back to the feet. Finding yourself hanging over your legs at the back of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhale, Tadasana, arms by your side. Good. Let's stand nice and tall in your Tadasana. Shift your weight into your left foot. And bring the right knee in towards the chest. Place your left hand onto the right knee, lift your right arm, and start to turn to the right. And that right arm can extend back behind you. Your gaze can follow it. Turn back to center, sweep both arms up alongside your ears. Extend the right leg long, keep pressing through that right foot. Soften your left knee, place your right foot halfway forward on the mat. Reach your arms back behind you and let's clasp the hands. Rolling the shoulders back, lift up through the chest. As you exhale, feel your right foot press forward, your left foot press back and start to fold towards your right thigh. Knuckles can lift up, head can release down. Breathe. And then slowly just release those arms down. And if your hands don't find the ground easily, take blocks to either side of your right foot. Release the torso as the legs are super active. And from here, let's just walk the upper body over to the right, adding just a little extra dimension into the pyramid pose here. And then come back to center. Soften that right knee, place your left foot beside your right, folding over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, coming all the way back up to stand. And exhale, place your arms down by your side. Good, let's bring the left knee into the chest. Right hand can find the left knee, the left arm lifts. And as you exhale, turn it to the left.
Thanks.
Good, turn to center, arms up alongside your ears. Extend that left leg forward, keep pressing into the left foot. Soften your right knee, place your left foot to the top of your mat. Reach your arms out to the side and back behind you. And this time let's clasp the hands with the opposite clasping, so the opposite pinky fingers on the outside. Should feel like you're holding hands with somebody else. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, activate those feet to fold you forward. And the knuckles start to lift. The crown of the head starts to release down. You're breathing here. And then just release those arms down. And again, if they don't comfortably find or easily find the ground, then take blocks. Release the torso, keep the feet active. And then soften that left knee. Place your right foot to meet your left, folding over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Good, just standing tall in your Tadasana. And inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, let's take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg into the air, and let's place that right foot between your hands. Keep the left hand down, turn your chest to the right. Let the right arm lift. Good, and then start to press the right foot forward, the left foot back. Activate those legs and let it bring you all the way up into a twisted lunge. Good. Let's take the right hand down the back of the left thigh, lift the left arm, look over that right shoulder. And then start to turn to center, lifting the right arm up and neutralizing the torso. Inhale, lengthen your right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend and start to slowly and carefully lower the left knee down to the mat. Untuck those left toes, shift your hips forward, lift the chest, and you come into Anjaneyasana. Go bring your palms together in front of your heart and take a twist to the right. Let the left elbow come to the outside of the right thigh. Press those palms deeply together and turn to the right. Place your hands to either side of your right foot. Tuck your left toes. Shift the hips back and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg into the air. And place that left foot between your hands. Keep your right hand down, start to turn the chest to the left, and the left arm can lift. Good, and then you're gonna activate those legs and start to come up to your twisted lunge. Place the left hand down the right thigh, tip to the left, lifting that right arm. Good, and then you're just gonna lean and tip up to a high lunge. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend, and start to slowly lower that right knee down. Shift the hips forward, lift your chest, Anjaneyasana. Then bring your palms together, take a twist to the left. That right elbow can find the outside of the left thigh. Good, as you press the palms together, you get a little deeper of a twist. Good, and then place those hands to either side of the left foot. Shift the hips back, tuck your right toes, and step back to downward facing dog. Good, pedal your feet, wag your hips here. And then let's come high onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, and step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, bend the knees. come into Utkatasana. Bring your palms together. Let's again take that twist to the right. Left elbow can find the outside of the right thigh. And you turn a little deeper. Keep lengthening through the torso. Look down at your feet. And let's shift the weight into the right foot as we begin to lift the left heel. Extend that left leg back and slowly step it into a twisted lunge. Good. From here, let's sweep the arms up into your high lunge. And as you exhale, open it out into warrior two. Feel those feet pressing apart from one another. Right foot forward, left foot back. Power through the arms. Flip your right palm, tip up and over to the left. Peaceful warrior. Start to lengthen that right leg. And then look over your left shoulder. Turn your right toes to face the side of the mat. And just fold towards your left thigh. Good, and then start to walk to center, folding over your legs, nice and wide. Deep breaths here. Good, walk it over to the right. Turn to face the front of your mat in a low lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come high onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. Good, take a moment here at the top of the mat. You can close your eyes if you would like, or just soften the gaze for a moment and notice your breath. As you've been flowing, has the breath come with you, or did you leave it at the beginning of class? So can you connect back right here, right now, into the breath? That full experience of the inhale and the exhale. And now letting the gaze lift, letting the eyes open, bend your knees, Utkatasana. Bring your palms together as you big full breath in. Exhale, turn to the left into your twist. Press the palms together to twist a little deeper. Then look down at your feet and start to shift into your left foot. Lift your right heel in towards the bum. Extend that right leg back, and then carefully place it into your twisted lunge. Inhale to your high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Good, set it up. Get nice and strong and powerful with the feet, steady with the breath. Flip your left palm, tip up and over to the right. Then start to extend that left leg, tipping a little bit more to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Turn your left toes to face the side of the mat and fold towards that right leg. And then again, just walk it to center. And now before we fold for a couple more breaths, let's walk the hands forward and lengthen the torso. And now from here, I just want you to pay attention to this grounding of weight in the knuckles and the pads of the fingers. We're going to lift up high onto the balls of the feet and exhale, soften the heels down. Lift high onto the balls of the feet and melt. Again, lifting high onto the balls of the feet and melt them down. Good, and then walk the hands back. Maybe you take them all the way through the legs and turn the palms to face behind you, or palms to face down, fingers facing behind you. Deep breaths in and out. Good, and then walk the hands back underneath you. Start to walk over to the left, turning to face the front of the mat in a low lunge. And step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to that nice big back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Good, let's come high onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, arms by your side. Good. So, for this next, for our standing balance, you might want your 2 blocks. If you've got them, let's place them to the top of the mat. You may or may not need them, but it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and then be across the room. So, because I'm not there to run around and grab your blocks for you, like I would be normally. All right, so let's stand tall. We're gonna bring the right knee into the chest. Soften that left knee and cross your right ankle just above the left knee to a little shelf right above the left knee. Place your palms together in front of your heart and start to reach the sits bones back to take the crown of the head forward and begin to fold towards that right shin. Now this is where you might want your blocks, because then you can start to extend that left leg any amount that makes sense without hyperextending. So keep pressing into the ball of your left foot, and it'll keep the left leg from hyperextending. Good, and then soften the left knee. Come all the way back up, lengthening through the torso to come up. Good, we can take a breath here. Pressing through that right foot. Arms can go up. Good, and let's bring the right knee in. And place the right foot down, lower your arms and shake out your legs. Good. Bring the left knee in. Soften your right knee, cross that left ankle over. Palms together in front of your heart. Start to take the sits bones back to fold forward. Good, and then you can again find the blocks if you desire, or you can release the blocks. Keep a grounding through the ball of your right foot, and make sure you're not pressing into the knee joint with that left ankle. Good, and then bend the right knee, slowly start to lift back up. We'll take a moment here, standing tall. The arms can lift. And then bring the left knee in, place that foot down, and shake out your legs. Good. Let's come all the way down to the mat. Take a blanket underneath you if you have one to sit on, or a pillow or a cushion of some kind. Let's just bring the soles of the feet together, the knees apart into Baddha Konasana. Place your hands onto your knees. Take some circles around with the torso, around into the hips. And the opposite direction. Good, take a nice tall breath in. Think chest reaching forward as you fold towards your toes. And then slowly start to come all the way up to sit. Good, let's bring the knees together. Take the legs straight ahead. Again, sitting on the edge of your blanket, nice big full breath in. You can sweep the arms up. As you exhale, let's fold towards those feet. Good, pressing into the feet, lengthening through the backs of the legs. Keep the chest reaching forward so we don't round into the low back here. Good, and then slowly lift it all the way back up to sit. Let's bring the right knee in towards the chest. Place that right foot down, press into the left foot. You can cross the right foot over to the outside of the left thigh, only if you can keep that right foot grounded. If it wants to roll to the pinky toe edge, then just keep it to the inside of the leg. You can also then, if it's crossed, tuck the left foot under into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Keep hugging that right knee in towards the center line. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist to the right. Left arm can wrap or cross all the way over. Good, try not to lean into your right hand, but just kind of use it as support to keep you lengthened. Good, come back to center. Unwind the legs if they're wrapped. Extend both legs forward. Bring your left knee in. Place that left foot down. You can stay here. You can cross the left foot over. And you can tuck the right foot under. Sit tall, hugging that left knee in towards the center line. As you exhale, turn to the left. Again, the right arm either wraps or crosses. And then slowly back to center. Good, let's unwind the legs. Shift yourself off of whatever you're sitting on and lie onto your back. Good, let's bring the right knee into the chest. Hug that right knee in. Give the right knee a couple of circles in one direction. Circles in the opposite direction. Good, let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Bring the left knee in, but keep keep the sacrum down. So the sits bone's facing towards the end of your mat. You're not flattening out into the low back. From here, if you want to extend the left leg up, go for it. Or just keep the knee bent. place the left foot down, uncross the right ankle. Bring your left knee into your chest. Circle the left knee a couple of times in one direction. And a couple of times in the opposite direction. Cross that left ankle over the right thigh. And we can bring the right knee in, keeping the sacrum down. From here, you can extend the right leg if that makes sense for you. And then bend the right knee. Place your right foot down, uncross your left ankle. Let's open the arms out to the side. Lift your hips just an inch. Scoot them over to the right. Place them down and then tip your knees to the left. Keep both shoulders down. You can turn your head to the right. And just start to take some deep breaths into the ribs, the belly. And the knees back to center. Let's lift the hips, bump them over to the left. Tip your knees to the right, and your head can turn to the left. Keep both shoulders grounding. And then again, bringing the knees back to center. Just begin your transition into Shavasana. So the legs start to extend long, your arms come down by your side. Find a place where the sacrum is released, the shoulders are released, and the body finds neutral ground, where everything is working together to let go. Again, bring the attention back to your breathing. And see if you can take a few rounds of breath at the beginning of Shavasana just to reconnect to depth, fluidity, to allow you to have a more peaceful, rounded Shavasana. begin to deepen into your breathing. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Reach your arms overhead and stretch, yawn, and awaken the body from the fingers to the toes. Bend your knees and roll slowly to your right side. And use your left hand to press down and roll yourself up to sit with your head the very last thing to come up. And once more, I invite you to either have your eyes closed or at a soft downward gaze as we just reflect on where we've been, not out of judgment about what we were able to do or not do, but for the time that you took tonight to come to your mat and connect deeply into yourself, into your mind, your breath, your body. Let's bring our palms together in front of our hearts. And tonight I want to leave us with the 4 immeasurables prayer, as I believe our earth needs it. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be parted from freedom's true joy. And may all beings dwell in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I wish you all peace, love, light, and happiness and joy always. Namaste. Thank you, my friends.